Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including 3 new Teslas coming soon, the latest for the Model Y refresh, Cybertruck price cuts, and more, so let's get into it, and a special thanks to Recurrent for sponsoring a portion of this video. Next up today, Q3 has concluded and Tesla released their production and delivery numbers. For the Model 3 and Y, they produced 443,668 vehicles and delivered 439,975 of them. For all other models, which comprises the Model S, Model X, and Cybertruck, they produced 26,128 and delivered 22,915. That led to a total of 469,796 cars produced, with 462,890 delivered. As far as those delivery numbers go, those are quite a bit up from Q2, and looking back historically, it actually marks their best Q3 ever. Compared to the rest of the industry as well, this seems to be a fairly good one for Tesla. So far, the Cybertruck hasn't contributed too much, but coming up it very well could as they ramp up deliveries, drop its price, get it qualified for the tax credit, and also get it profitable. Tesla also deployed 6.9 gigawatt hours of energy storage, which always seems to be a piece of the business people forget to mention. A particular milestone that Tesla hit there is the accumulated install of 750,000 Powerwalls worldwide. As far as superchargers, Tesla reported that throughout Q3, they opened 2,800 new supercharger stalls, which marked a 23% growth year over year. They delivered 1.4 terawatt hours of energy, also a 27% growth year over year, and saved 150 plus million gallons of gasoline, offsetting 3 plus billion pounds of CO2. Tesla will hold their earnings call on October 23rd at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time or 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and there we'll see how this quarter shaped up in terms of profitability. We'll also likely see them comment on anything that needs clarification from or wasn't announced at their 1010 We Robot event. Next up today, some big changes are here and coming for Tesla's vehicle lineups. First, for the Model 3, Tesla has officially discontinued the rear-wheel drive Model 3 in the United States. This is the standard range model that they have sold for quite some time, but over the years they moved over to an LFP battery supplied by CATL for this car. This meant that that battery could be charged to 100% capacity regularly, but once tax credits were updated this year, they excluded that car since the battery is made in China. As of now, Tesla's Model 3 now officially starts at $42,490 for the long-range rear-wheel drive model, which gets an EPA range of 363 miles. It also qualifies for the tax credit, so if you qualify, your price sits right around $35,000. That's a really great deal for a car with that range, especially since these latest models are performing quite close to EPA estimates in the real world. The EPA recently changed their procedures, and Tesla upgraded this car. Recently, in real-world tests, the dual-motor long range achieved 370 miles on a charge with a 70-mile-per-hour test. The performance model also beat EPA estimates in testing done by Edmunds. They beat it by 1%. That's a pretty big deal because in the past we pretty much knew that Tesla's EPA estimates were never real-world accurate, and now they're starting to be, with these really impressive numbers. That current Model 3 lineup isn't expected to change much anytime soon, since they just refreshed that car, but we are waiting on the Model Y refresh now. We've seen plenty of renders of the Model Y Juniper refresh after a few different things leaked for this car. The big leak was the exterior rear light bars sweeping across the back of the Model Y, and that has led to the most recent renders of this car showcasing the Model Y's light bar along with the lowered license plate. This small detail does change the car's design quite a bit from the rear, and it seems to line up with recent sightings of this car covered up in the wild. Here we can obviously see that instead of a window to a license plate, this is simply slipped into the cover itself. In any case, the Model Y is not only selling very well in the US, but the best-selling car in the world. As such, this week we got what appear to be renders of this car from the Chinese media. On one panel here we can see the Model Y with a light bar sweeping across the back. In the past, a lot of leaks have come from Tesla's vehicles from China, and when it came to the Model 3 refresh, that car launched first out of this factory. So it's very possible that even if these are renders from a third party, they could be quite close to what we expect at launch, since they may be looking at it. One particularly interesting part is around the front, that this car still has fog lights, and it has a light bar sweeping across the bumper. This is a detail that many have speculated about and imagine Tesla could be adding to put it more in line with the design of the Cybertruck. One thing that points to this not being officially from Tesla to me is that this has the upgraded performance wheels on it, but it does not have the upgraded seats inside taken from the Model 3. Additionally, we expect those fog lights to be gone when this comes to be. Either way, this is a full article about this car that claims it will be coming to Chinese markets in 2025, and also makes a few pretty general, obvious predictions about what this car will bring. Overall, it's not much of a question of whether or not Tesla will refresh the Model Y. It's really a question of when and how much will be changing on its design. I personally hope to see both light bars, but we'll see. They have to coordinate this out of 4 factories simultaneously, so it is a difficult task. In any case, as we await that refresh, Tesla is ramping up incentives to sell current vehicles. The Model 3 and Y each are seeing new inventory discounts of around $2,500. If you look at vehicles available near you, you'll see prices as low as $45,000 for the Model Y, and these are brand new cars. Peppered in there are some demo vehicles as well with limited miles. For the Model 3, I see some rear-wheel drive models starting as low as $36,650. If you were planning to buy this car before it got discounted, not only can you still buy it, but you can get it at a discount. On top of this, don't forget to use a Tesla referral link before buying the car for an additional $1,000 off. You can't add that discount after you've made your order. That's the situation with Tesla's current lineup, but coming up on October 10th, they're going to reveal their dedicated robotaxi vehicle. The plan here isn't quite clear, but we expect that in the coming years, Tesla will figure out how to effectively manufacture this car for a low cost, they will operate their own fleet of robotaxis, and customers will be able to do the same. Of course, that's if Tesla achieves FSD on the level that they need to deliver those features. In any case, while that car is expected at that event, many are speculating as to what else Tesla could show off. They have been known to have surprises in the past at their events, and this event is specifically called We Robot, so Optimus is expected to make an appearance. It could be a small appearance or play a large role in the event. Beyond that, though, Gene Munster from Deepwater Management believes that Tesla will present 3 different models at the event. First will be the expected robotaxi, then will be the robo-van, and a $25,000 affordable EV. This EV could be a modified Model Y, as has been rumored, but still could be impressive regardless if it came near that price. Many analysts are curious to see what Tesla unveils at this event in regards to the robotaxi, but most are also aware that it will take some time before they can launch that product. Thus, a more affordable vehicle will be necessary first, and this event could be the perfect place for Tesla to unveil it. Quote, the one detail that I'm going to hyper-focus on is that cheaper $25,000 car when they expect to ramp production. This event is already quite hyped, especially since Tesla is holding it at Warner Brothers Studios, and expected to demonstrate a lot of functionality. We know that they've been mapping out the backlot extensively, so it could be the perfect place for them to say, here's a look at what we will soon be able to deliver in the real world, and here's the cheaper car with this tech that is also drivable that we'll be delivering and scaling next year. This is a lot of speculation, so it could so happen that Tesla doesn't unveil anything beyond robotics-driven products, but we know this vehicle is around the corner regardless. Especially amongst Tesla followers, this event has been hyped for some time, so I wouldn't be surprised if they utilized that time. Next up, let's talk about today's sponsor, Recurrent. Recurrent is a free online platform designed by a team of battery scientists to analyze the range and health of your EV battery over time. Drivers can easily connect their car to get the latest vehicle insights into the battery history and an estimate of its overall health. Tesla owners also have access to their beta battery health module, which only collects data while you are charging, removing the phantom drain that other battery health services create. They have a huge data set of around 25,000 vehicles with more than 50 makes and models across all 50 states. Here's an example report of a 2023 Model Y, which lays out the car's expected range, real-world range, how much time is left on the warranty, and more. With Recurrent, EV owners make more money by showing that their battery is still going strong, and large auto auctions have found that including their vehicle insights increased the average sale price by $1,400. If you are looking to buy your first EV, then you can check the range, battery, and tax credit eligibility on tens of thousands of vehicles, all for free. Location data is never collected, personal data is never shared without your consent, and battery information is handled securely with end-to-end encryption. With Recurrent, we can buy, drive, and sell electric vehicles positively, so check them out by clicking the link in the description below. The Warner lot could also be the perfect place for Tesla to show off the updated Roadster. In February, Elon said, "Tonight we radically increased the design goals for the new Tesla Roadster. There will never be another car like this, if you could even call it a car. Tesla-SpaceX collab. Production design complete, aiming to ship next year. I think it has a shot at being the most mind-blowing product demo of all time." If there's enough space here, they could be all set to demo the robotaxi and demo their Roadster, which Elon says can do 0 to 60 in less than 1 second, quote, "and that is the least interesting part." The timeline there of an unveil at the end of this year aligns with this event, but as always, things do often get delayed at Tesla. For Tesla's Cybertruck event, reportedly they had planned to deliver significantly more trucks than they did, and nearing the event, the number came all the way down to about 10. Here, similar could potentially happen with people expecting a robotaxi, robovan, $25,000 car, Optimus, and the Roadster, but we'll have to see. The event is next week, and Tesla has invited a lot of people. I'm still hoping to get an invite, but we'll see, and either way, I'll keep you posted about what happens at that event. Next up today, a lot of updates for the Cybertruck, which has just seen a massive price cut. First, after around 11 months since first deliveries, Tesla's flagship FSD technology has finally been delivered on Foundation Series Cybertrucks. What made this especially overdue is the fact that the Cybertruck has had no autopilot whatsoever. On top of that, Foundation Series orders included the full self-driving package with the $20,000 upcharge. So customers have been eagerly awaiting this long overdue feature, and now it is finally here. Overall, it seems to be doing a great job, and it seems to be in line with the functionality we're seeing on Tesla's other vehicles with FSD. At the same time, you may have heard the latest news that the Cybertruck is being recalled. Indeed, a recall from NHTSA affecting 27,185 Cybertrucks has been issued, saying, quote, "On certain affected vehicles, under certain conditions, the vehicle system, including the rear view image, may not complete a shutdown process before the system is commanded to boot up. If the driver starts a backing event before the vehicle system completes its shutdown and boot up, the rear view image may not display within 2 seconds of placing the vehicle in reverse as required by FMVSS 111 S623. While this is hitting the news today, Tesla actually rolled out the fix for the issue with an over-the-air update on September 19th. Those with Cybertruck software version 2024.35.5.2 or later will not experience this issue. Per usual, we're seeing tons of headlines about this recall that aren't inaccurate, but point out that the terminology needs changing for a software fix when that is the fix. In the past, a recall meant bringing your car in for service. Here, owners received this fix before they even knew of the issue. Regarding pricing of the Cybertruck, Tesla has exclusively been selling the Foundation Series since its launch. This started at $100,000 and went up to $120,000 for the tri-motor Cyber Beast. We've known that pricing of the Cybertruck would come down soon enough to the actual list pricing that Tesla gave, and now it is officially happening. Tesla has essentially reset the queue of Cybertruck order holders, inviting early customers who have not purchased a Foundation Series to proceed with the purchase of their normal Cybertruck at normal pricing. The official starting price of all-wheel drive prior to upgrades, taxes, or fees is $79,990, and is already making a lot of people reconsider this purchase. At $100,000, many knew that they would not be buying this crazy truck, but at $80,000, it looks a lot more compelling. As we can see here as well, the FSD upgrade is $7,000, which means Tesla is honoring the pre-order price of FSD from when they originally took orders and allowed customers to add in FSD. The stock wheels are standard, and then you can upgrade wheels and tires for $3,500. Separately, the upgrade to white interior is $2,000. Arguably, that white upgrade is a bit expensive, given how few details are white, but that's Tesla's approach for now with standard Cybertruck orders. Some small changes are here as well, including details on the squircle, or yoke-like steering wheel, no included bed rings, the removal of the silver inlay in the center console, and of course the removal of the Foundation badging on the sides. Based on DMV data, it seems that as of September 14th, Tesla had produced about 27,185 Cybertrucks. VINs have also now been spotted nearing 40,000. But what's especially impressive to see is how they've scaled up production very quickly. Troy Teslike detailed that in Q4 of 2023, they made 197. In Q1 of this year, they made 3,681. Q2 saw 11,934, and Q3 saw 14,613. This has already become the best-selling EV truck, and now it is seeing first deliveries at normal pricing. This will probably see a lot more order holders taking delivery. In regards to this, Tesla's lead engineer on the Cybertruck said, quote, "In Isaac Asimov's book series, the Foundation is a sanctuary for the galaxy's top scientists and scholars to preserve knowledge and begin a new civilization. Shout out to the tremendous support and infectious excitement from the first adopters who are willing to bet on Cybertruck and get a Foundation Series. I've loved following along all of your stories. Looking forward to hearing about the experiences of the next wave of owners as well. And if you don't want to wait for your number to come up, you can still jump on the first wave with Foundation Series." So that seems pretty clear. Anyone with an order can buy an upcharged Foundation Series car anytime, or you can wait in line. That line could take a while depending on when you ordered, but it will be interesting to see Tesla's success rate with converting pre-orders going forward. At a price under $80,000, the Cybertruck should now qualify for the federal EV tax credit of $7,500, but it is not officially listed yet, so that's something to keep in mind if you were planning to get this credit with your truck soon. It may be in process and will likely show up soon. Arguably, this is a pretty big moment for the Cybertruck, because now it starts at $80,000, and then sometime into next year, they will likely make that rear-wheel drive version, which starts even lower. For the average public, this truck is still pretty crazy, but for those on the fence, it actually provides a lot of functionality and is a really great truck. It was just $100,000 or more. Now with pricing coming back to normal and likely coming down over time, we could see a lot more people taking delivery of this truck. At the same time, next year, we'll start seeing that 1-year requirement for not selling your Cybertruck expiring. So prices of used Cybertrucks will likely come down quite a bit. I think those who have been waiting and have been very patient may see that their patience has paid off. Next up today, we have some exciting news regarding FSD and Tesla's software. Actually, Smart Summon has finally rolled out to most owners who have the FSD package, and it's continuing to roll out from there. Most recently, Tesla also made some new improvements to FSD, making it generally safer. Full self-driving version 12.5.4.1 is currently rolling out to owners, and it's the third update to this software so far. With this update, it's now a little better at aborting actions when it's confronted with less than ideal situations. That's not only good for pedestrians, but for preventing damage to the vehicle and anyone else's vehicle or property in the event of a collision. Sometimes the best decision in an unpredictable situation is to stop, but accurately determining what the situation is outside the vehicle is the most important factor. Specifically, the release notes say public and high-speed road aborts have been improved. Quote, actually, Smart Summon does not function on any sort of public roads, so this update aims to do a better job of recognizing these, stopping before it navigates onto them. We're starting to see the blend of these two features where FSD and Smart Summon really seem to be the same thing, and long-term, they really will be. In addition, blocked camera aborts have been improved, which is especially important because these vehicles do not utilize any sort of LiDAR or radar or anything. They're 100% dependent on those cameras. Then false positive collision mitigation aborts have been reduced. Quote, the suite will now be more accurate when identifying a potential collision. So their solution to improving safety is not simply to stop more often. The system is actually getting better at identifying what is happening around the vehicle. Then dumb summon has also been refined, which is the function that lets you move your vehicle forwards and backwards with controls in the Tesla mobile app. Most importantly though, custom and fart completion sounds have been added. Your vehicle can now let you know the summon process has been completed, signified by the fart sound. Actually, Smart Summon is currently only available on Teslas equipped with hardware 4. For owners with an older Model S or X though, they'll be getting this feature in Q4 according to the director of Autopilot software at Tesla. This is great news for those owners who have been early adopters to this FSD software. Some owners have been waiting many years for this feature to actually come to be, and it would have been disappointing if it was only made available on the latest hardware. As for services in Tesla vehicles, for a long time Slacker radio has been included by default. First, this is now changed over to the name Live One, and effective December 1st, Tesla will no longer be offering premium accounts to those who have Tesla Premium connectivity. I would guess this is because Tesla found themselves providing this to many users who never use this service, like myself, but it will also be a frustrating change to some owners who listen to music in their cars this way very often. In software version 2024.38, Tesla is also adding a few things. You'll now have the ability to use Spotify with a free account. This is likely coming alongside that change to Slacker or Live One and gives users multiple options for in-car streaming that include limited skips and are ad-supported. As for the side mirrors, Tesla is adding some new customization options. Quote, first, you will now be able to customize the side mirror's tilt when reversing. By default, a Tesla's side mirror will angle downwards while reversing to provide a better perspective of what's close to the edges of your vehicle, rather than your blind spots. You'll now be able to customize the level of tilt when this happens. To adjust the tilt angle, go to Controls, Mirrors, Adjust Tilt Position. For many customers, this will be very much appreciated, since this angle will be much more usable depending on your height. On top of these changes are some minor fixes. As always, there's a lot changing in Tesla's vehicles and their apps, and it's exciting to see all of the little ways Tesla improves your experience after already owning the car. Last up today, some updates from Rivian. Over at Rivian, they released their quarterly numbers detailing the delivery of 10,018 vehicles. That's great, but unfortunately missed Wall Street estimates of 13,000. As a result, Rivian has lowered their 2024 production target from 57,000 down to 47 to 49,000. They said, quote, Rivian is experiencing a production disruption due to a shortage. This supply shortage impact began in Q3 of this year, has become more acute in recent weeks, and continues. This is unfortunate news since Rivian makes a great product and overall most are rooting for their success. They're still on the difficult path of scaling and getting to profitability ahead of the launch of their more affordable R2 and R3 vehicles, so this could put a delay into some of those plans. In any case, they do have runway and have talked about seeing their path to profitability. It was supposed to be achieved this year, but now it may be pushed to 2025. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see how Tesla makes more per car than any other EV manufacturer, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.